In my view, Bach inventions are about dialogue or conversations between the right and the left hand. Also in this particular one, we see small motifs and melodies generally first played with right and then with the left hand. Although I would most of the time play the left hand softer, it still has moments where we must play it strong enough so that we could hear this dialogue more clearly. I will play the right hand first in slower tempo. I like to connect the 16th notes and separate the 8th notes. What I do here is, I start with lighter touch in the first bar. The second bar I play with more volume. And in the third bar, I suddenly start very soft and build it up towards the bar 5. Then I start softer again. And build it up towards the end of the 6th bar. And still make sure to finish it softly at the end. When you learn a new piece, make sure to try it first with separate hands. Now I'll play in a similar way as with the right hand, so the dynamics are pretty much the same. Only when you play the 8 notes, make sure to keep them very gentle because we don't want to dominate the right hand when they are played together. Now I will play only the first phrase again, this time with both hands together. Please pay attention to how they sound together with the dynamics I explained earlier. Let's go for the next 4 bars. Here we have a dialogue again, with the same melody that is played at the beginning. This time it is first played with the left and then with the right hand. Try imagining this as a conversation between two people. Make sure to start softly with these 16 notes every time, because none of them start on the beat as you see. So each motif starts with a pause. What I see with many students is that they start with an accent on the first 16 note. Let's avoid that and rather start softer. And let's play with direction towards C in the first bar. Try towards D in the second bar. The next bar towards A. And the last one towards B. Now let's go with the left hand. Now let's play with both hands. I will start softer and build it up constantly. In this way, I put a little tension in this conversation between both hands. Before we go further, please keep in mind that this is a very efficient way of practicing. You can always start with 4 or 6 bars, depending on difficulty. First play separately and then try putting them together. When you feel more comfortable playing it, you can go for next 4 or 6 bars. Now let's talk about the next 4 bars. Here, a very familiar texture from earlier again. Although this time the right hand is going to imitate what the left hand had played earlier, and the left hand the other way around. this case, the left hand has a very melodic character. Although I will play it with much softer touch, I will still make sure to expose it more than the right hand, which has accompanying role here. After that, I would play gradually stronger, like how I did with the right hand. Okay, let's put them together. Especially in this part, you may struggle with the left hand when playing together, because it is quite active comparing to the rest of the piece. I suggest that you repeat it with the left hand separately for a few more times, if needed even more. Eventually it will get better. Alright, let's go for the last part. I already talked about the dialogue between both hands, but in this part it is most significant. The melodies are made almost in the same way, only played in different harmonies. I really like to start very gentle here. Build it up very gradually because we have 8 bars to go, so we don't want to overdo it. Let me play the right hand. Now let's go for the left hand. Before I play both hands, please make sure that you keep the long notes as long as they should be. So don't let them go too early. As you heard, I slow down gradually in last 2 bars, to give the feeling that this is the end. If you need fingerings for this piece, you can download the sheet music in the description. You will find mine. Please try to enjoy the possibility of making music with both hands equally, and try feeling how it intertwines when you play them together. If you prefer to see my playing of this piece with stable cam footage and sheet music, I'll put a link in the description. That was all for today. See you in the next video.